Very good. Yeah. You guys get some goals.
right, good evening, everybody. We're live from Richfield, Minnesota for the Minneapolis Cup Tournament semifinal matchup tonight. Eagan Squirt B1 Green versus the orange team from White Bear Lake. Winner advances to the final tomorrow against the Minneapolis Storm team. Loser plays in the third place game against Rosemount. Puck drop and we're underway. Starting five for Eagan, we have Jonathan Swanstrom, number 86, Sam Dahlheimer, number 37, Cullen Nelson, number 84. On defense, 79, Macy Bidwell, and 47, Kellen Poplow. And starting in net for Eagan, as usual, number 36, Graham Larson. That's your Wildcats starting lineup tonight. Pass across nicely here. Shot goes wide of the net. Wildcats an impressive showing last night. First game of the tournament. 8-0 win over Elk River. It's a bracket-style tournament. 8 teams in the tournament in a bracket. Top 4 advance to the winner's side. Bottom 4 advance to the consolation side of the bracket. Here comes White Bear speeding in. Gets a shot pad saved by Larson. Here comes Martinson up. Ty Martinson with 77. Braden Christensen and 21, Murphy Deuth. Second pair on defense is 13, Finn Kosick, and 63, Benaiah Hansen. Wildcats dump it down low. Deuth coming out of the corner, shoots it off the side of the net. Puck right in front. Squirts wide to the far corner. This one blocked in front. And White Bear Lake is able to clear. Dumped back in by Eagan. Colin going to give chase. Number 23, Colin Brott. Third line out there with him is 27, Stella Gosin, and 38, Jackson Bartelson. Shot here, save. Bartelson behind the net. Wrap around, turn, shoot, save. And controlled now by White Bear. Here's Macy. Macy Bidwell gets it up out of the zone. Collins able to dump it in. And Eagan's going to head off for a change. Stella remains out there on the forecheck. Out here's Benaiah Hansen. He dumps it down low. White Bear fires all the way across, and it comes out of the zone. Pass across, offsides on Eagan. Nelly just couldn't quite make it back in time over there, 84. White Bear comes in fast off the faceoff, all the way in. Backhand shot saved by Larson. Centering pass here, intercepted. And Eagan able to clear back to neutral. This one poked away from the slot by Poplow. Sam able to clear it. White Bear shot blocked. Fired all the way across. There's Christensen. Eagan fires it back in and will give chase down to the corner. And this one squirts out of the zone. Halfway through the first period, coming up on 6:33. No real good scoring chances for either team so far. And we get an icing here on White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake looks like they got two goaltenders, and they're going to make the mid-period change here. So it looks like each of them must be playing half a period at a time. Dangerous D-to-D pass there. Lucky for Eagan. This one tipped in front, goes wide to the corner. Collin centers it, comes out through. Here's Poplow. Pass up ahead. Here comes Eagan. And pushed ahead. I think we'll get an icing. Nope, they wave it off. No icing. Eagan controls. And that's an offsides on White Bear. Swanstrom, Dahlheimer, Nelson line up front. Pass back here, shot in, blocked in front. Eagan able to clear it out ahead. White Bear will play it behind their net. Pressure put on by Eagan. Back out to the point. Hansen, shot in, tipped in front. Glove save. No, looks loose. Puck still loose. D-to-D pass here. Hansen steps up, rips it. That one goes just wide. Drop pass here gets intercepted by White Bear, and they'll skate it up out of the zone. Here comes Dahlheimer, pass across in the middle of traffic, goes all the way through. White Bear in, shot, saved by Larson. Right in front, two White Bear players, and they can't take advantage. Big stop there by Eagan. Deuth, Martinson, and Christensen line up front. White Bear will chip in. Down in the corner. And White Bear back in the zone. Pass across to the middle. In front, traffic covered up by Larson. Nice job, Graham, reaching out to cover that loose puck up. White Bear wins the faceoff. Puck loose near the net. Finally cleared away by Eagan. Finn chips it ahead. No icing. They wave it off. Here's Bartelson down in the corner. And White Bear Lake comes away up to neutral. Hansen from the corner up to Brott. Held in. Eagan clears. And fired back in by White Bear. And they'll head off for a change. And we got a penalty coming here. Tripping call, I believe, is coming on Sam. So, Dahlheimer to the box for the trip. 2:04 remaining here in the first period. We're going to see a White Bear Lake power play. Shot here blocked by Nelson. White Bear gets it back. Nelson still battling. White Bear gets it back. White Bear in the corner. Shot up high and controlled by Bidwell. Macy still got it. She runs into a player. That's a penalty. Penalty coming on White Bear. All right, 4-on-4 action coming here for 17 seconds. And then we'll get an Eagan power play. This one poked through and out. White Bear skates it up. Goes wide on his backhand. Forehand shot, save. Held on to by Larson. Got a delay here from the scores table. All right, here we go. Egan's out of the box. Shot up high, save. Held on to by Larson. All right, 5-on-4. Eagan power play. 34 seconds remaining. Eagan's got to win the face-off here. Get it out. Come on. Christensen pokes it ahead, but it's held in at the blue line. White Bear from the corner. Shot, save. Poked away by Kosick. Here comes Eagan. Christensen up ahead. He'll fire it. Just 15 seconds left in the period. Back to 5-on-5. That's going to do it for period 1. Scoreless period for both teams. All right, here we go. Period number 2, ready to get going. Okay, we have Gosen, Brott, Bartelson, Poplow, and Bidwell. Turnover here, shot, snagged out of the air by Larson. Eagan controls off the faceoff. Pass up too far. Dump back in. Bidwell goes around one. Leaves it here for Gosen. She has it poked away. Brott battling here right down below the boards here. This one sneaks through Poplow. Here comes White Bear. White Bear in, fires it, saved. Larson, rebound, shot, saved again. And cleared away by Bidwell. White Bear sends it low behind the net. Puck loose in front, controlled now by Brott. Pass across, Bartelson. Bartelson in, Bartelson shot, score! Jackson Bartelson goes up high, left side, beats the White Bear goalie. Eagan on the board here first.
Let's go, Eagan!
All right, let's go, Wildcats. Wildcats score first here again tonight. Here's a turnover, poked away by the White Bear defense. Both defenders fall down. White Bear comes out of the corner, shot behind the net. Eagan controls. Eagan tries to clear it. Held in. And fired down low by White Bear. Kosick up to Dahlheimer. He pokes it up out of the zone. White Bear gains the zone. Move on, shot, blocker, save, Larson. Go after it. Pass out to the point. And too far there for his partner. Still gets a shot that's blocked by Hansen. That one blocked by Nelson. White Bear still controls though. Eagan needs to clear. Get it out here. Let's go. Here comes Swanee. Swanstrom up to Christensen. And White Bear is going to go back the other way. They're going to catch us on a change. White Bear in all alone. Shot. Save. I think it deflected up off of Larson. I think he got a piece of it. Huge stop for Eagan. Here comes White Bear again. Shot goes wide to the corner. Centering pass here out to the point. D steps up, shot blocked by Bidwell. And now Egan's got numbers back the other way. Bidwell across set, blue line. Bidwell in, shot goes high over the net. Pressure put on by Eagan. Bartelson and Golson. And White Bear up through neutral now. Here comes White Bear. 2-on-2. Pass across. Goes off his stick to the corner. And now Eagan controls. Here comes Hansen. Hansen all the way up. He just dumps it in behind the White Bear net. Swanstrom shot, stick save to the corner. Bidwell will take it behind the net. Leaves it for Dahlheimer. Salmon, he's got Swanstrom with him. Pass goes behind him. Right idea. Pass was just off the mark a little. Battle down in the corner. Eagan comes out with it. But White Bear takes it back. Go after it. This one taken by Nelson. Nelson up ahead. Swanstrom into the zone. Both players go down. And pass across here too far. Nelson up to Dahlheimer, and he has it poked away. Here comes White Bear. Defense fell down. White Bear in, saved. Rebound, saved again. Two big saves by Larson. With outstretched pad, able to block it 2 times. Eagan takes it away. Christensen goes down. Penalty coming. Tripping call coming on White Bear Lake. Second power play of the game coming for Eagan. 4:34 remaining here in the second. Eagan holding on to their 1-goal lead. Thanks in part to some big saves down there by Graham Larson. Eagan wins the faceoff. Bidwell fires it in. Hits traffic in front. And cleared out by White Bear. Here they come, shorthanded. Macy pokes it away. Nice job there by Bidwell. She still carries it up. Bidwell all the way into the offensive zone. She's got Ty with her. Martinson in front, can't find it. He gets it back, and it's poked away. Here's Christensen, centers. Drop back, Kosick. Fires in front. Deuth tried to get to it. And now it's controlled by White Bear. And they're back to full strength, 5-on-5 now. 3:27 remaining. Shot off the side of the net here. Held in by White Bear. Battle along the far boards. Deuth comes away with it. Deuth up through neutral. Murphy going to take it all the way. Murphy shot. Scores! Murphy Deuth all the way in. Let's go. Snuck it under. 5-hole. Eagan, 2-goal lead. .236 remaining now. Deuth unassisted on the goal. Brought it all the way deep from our corner. Got a nice shot off and beat the White Bear goalie. Here comes White Bear, speeding up. Pressure put on by the Eagan defense. Shot up high, goes over the net here. Back out to the point. That shot partially deflected. Battle behind the net. Bidwell battles. Brings it over to the near side. Passes up. Too far for Nelson. Eagan's got to clear it here. Let's go.
There we go.
Here comes Swanstrom. Swanstrom gets it through. Oh, just off the stick of Dahlheimer. And this one squirts out of the zone. Eagan will look to regroup. Pressure put on, though, by White Bear. White Bear shot goes behind the net. Under a minute to go now. Battle down in the corner. And puck still tied up. Broke free. Eagan as it poked away. And here comes Hansen. Pass across. Christensen. He's going to dump it in. Eagan will make a change. 20 seconds to go here, second period. Here comes White Bear. Shot by Deuth. 2 seconds left. Oh, almost another one for Murphy. End of two. Eagan with the 2-goal lead. All right, here we go. Third period underway. 12 minutes to go. Two second period goals by Eagan, Bartelson and Deuth. Eagan with the 2-goal lead in a tight one here tonight. White Bear stays on side. They gain the zone. Bidwell controls behind the net. And she's going to skate it up. Here goes Macy again. Macy gets by one, gets by two, puts the brakes on, looking for help. Rest of her team was on a change. She still controls. Pass to Sam. And dump down low behind the net. And Dahlheimer in the corner again. Macy fires this one. Hits traffic in front. Held in by Hansen. Now we got to get back. White Bear dumps it in. They're going to change. Here goes Bidwell again. Bidwell shot on, rebounds. Cleared away by the defense. And White Bear back up the ice. Controlled by the Eagan defense. Kosick back across to Hansen. Deuth battling. He comes out with it. He's got Christensen with him. Deuth in. Fires it across. Christensen puts a move on. Scores! Christensen sneaks it in under the pads of the White Bear goalie. Christensen from Deuth makes it a 3-0 Eagan lead. .9:15 remaining. Eagan now with a comfortable 3-goal lead. Let's play some smart defense here now. Bidwell fires it in, and this one held on by the White Bear goalie. Face-off coming in the offensive zone. White Bear gains the zone. They stay on sides. Players down. And now White Bear behind the net. White Bear wraparound attempt denied. Nice stick by Finn. Here comes Eagan. Hansen chips it ahead. And that's an icing. Icing call on Eagan. Face-off coming back in our end. 8:15 remaining. Here's Dahlheimer off the turnover, trying to get control of the puck. Can't get a handle on it. Nice D there. Nice job by Nelson. Breaking up that rush by White Bear. Here comes Eagan again. White Bear can't cut it off. Centering pass goes all the way through. Penalty coming on White Bear. Didn't see it happen, but it looked like they slashed somebody down there. So Eagan power play coming here, 7:14 remaining. We got Deuth, Martinson, Christensen, Kosick, and Hansen. Start 5 out there for Eagan. White Bear's going to bring it up shorthanded. Poke checked away. Go after it, Eagan. Let's go. Shot blocked by Deuth. And now Martinson controls. Cleared out to neutral. And an offsides call here. Gosen, Brott, Bartelson, Bidwell, Poplow for Eagan. Here's Gosen. Taken by White Bear. Turnaround shot, score! Colin Brott with the turnover behind the net, steals it away, and gets the wraparound goal. Power play goal for Eagan for number 23, Colin Brott. Eagan battles in front of our bench, pokes it ahead, and they'll change. White Bear Lake fires all the way across, and here they come. Defense there by Nelson, breaks it up. Swanstrom comes away with it. Battle in neutral here. White Bear fires across. Here's Kosick. He'll send it all the way back around. Dahlheimer can't clear the zone. Shot in, blocked by Hansen. Shot here blocked, goes behind the net. Shot here, tipped in front, cleared away by Bidwell. Cleared out, Eagan, let's go. Down to 4 minutes remaining. A lot of time in the offensive zone here by White Bear. Here they come again. Shot deflected. Now Martinson in the corner. Eagan cleared out. Let's go. Wraparound attempt, stuffed. Comes all the way out towards the blue line. And White Bear will dump it back in. Eagan finally able to clear it out to neutral. And White Bear in here on numbers. Shot, blocker save. Wrap around attempt, stuffed and covered up by Larson. Held on. Another big save by Larson. Right off the face-off. White Bear wins it. Pressure put on by Eagan. Nice job. Bartelson picks it off. All the way across. White Bear holds it in here at the blue line. Oh, no, they didn't. Puck just poked out. So offsides on White Bear. Face-off coming out in neutral. White Bear in. They got numbers. Shot off the side of the net. And cleared out by Nelson. This one's going to float down. No icing. White Bear's got to go all the way back to retrieve it. Just 1:41 remaining here in the game. White Bear gains his own and loses it as he heads to the net. Down to 1 minute to go. Here comes Eagan. Swanee. Swanstrom in. Swanstrom shot. Save. Four different goal scorers here tonight for Eagan. Just 48 seconds remaining to get to the championship game on Sunday. Matchup tomorrow night will be at 4:15 against Minneapolis, the Storm, the host team for this tournament, in the championship game here tomorrow. One last rush here for White Bear, and they're offsides. Eagan pulling away. A big second period for the Wildcats, and a strong start to the third here to really pull away. White Bear with a lot of time in the offensive zone here in the third, but it's a second straight shutout for Graham Larson. Wildcats hold on to win 4-0. Great performance by Graham in net tonight. Some key early saves in this game. Wildcats move on, championship game tomorrow night, 4:15 here against Minneapolis. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.